What did it do, G?
What's up, bro?
Real talk with Jim Mark.
Welcome back to Real Talk with GMR. If you've seen the thumbnail, uh, are men only as faithful as their options? Are
Hmm.
men only as faithful as their options?
Oh,
Well,
you
sometimes
got,
I
yeah, you got to
I
explain this.
I think it is that is true.
Hmm.
Men are only as faithful as their options. Um, Monogamy works really good for women because women control access to sex and kids. So naturally and always has been for a long time, except for the last maybe like 40 years, women have always had a plethora of uh, of mates, of guys, of a pool of potential mates, but they choose the best one. There's always been some dusty, no good dudes out here, but they choose the best one,
Hmm.
right? Because the women can only get pregnant once at a time. They can only get pregnant one time, one child at a time, right?
Right.
So they choose the best mate to keep that child. They want to keep the next generation healthy and strong. Guys, on the other hand, the more and we've seen it all the time, and it's been accepted a lot sometimes too, especially with entertainment, athletes. If they have options because they have a lot more resources and other things, they look good. Uh, their PR status and their status is just like pretty much high level. They're they're considered an elite status because they have their more options than for women because women flock to them. Women flock to the money and power, so they have more options for the guys up here.
Hmm.
Now, as the lower you get. I feel like you get more loyal when with the average guy because you don't have a lot of options, right? You don't have a lot of options. So you be more loyal, but you're also thinking more rational too because you're like, I'm not at the elite status. I don't have cars and yachts and mansions and millions of dollars and the high status, right? So of course you're thinking more rational, but you're also thinking like, I can't get a lot of women. So I need to focus on the one or some guys with the two, three, or four women that I do have. But I think the highest that you go as a man, I do believe that some men uh, have more options. So they aren't as faithful to that one woman or the woman that think they are faithful just to them. Now, some people may feel like, oh no, that's not true. And it may be true for you in your anecdotal experience, but can't speak for all men.
Hmm.
At some point in our lives when we were younger, whatever, we played the field. We had more than one chick at one time, right?
Right. Right.
Because we felt like we had options. We
Right.
felt like whatever status we were at, wherever you were in your life, you had options. You can say, "Oh, I'm
Hmm.
just dating. Oh, it's just a situationship. I'm just seeing, what's out there." But you feel that you had options, and that's how you moved. Like you had options,
Yeah.
and that's what it is. You feel like you had options, so you played your hand as you had options. And as you get older,
Right.
you realize, some stuff you gotta let go because you're trying to build something with someone. So that's pretty much it, man. And just in a nutshell, that's pretty much what it is.
I had
Um,
I, I had a girl tell me, well, you talk to different women because you're afraid of rejection, and I was like,
mm,
that was her point of view. That's what she thought. Me personally, I had options because you know I felt like, well, one might not have what the other one has, or like I work well in this area with this person. It was just different options for different things. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
yeah,
because I was afraid of rejection. Like I was never afraid of rejection. It was just that's what I wanted at the
right,
time until you find, like you said, until you get with the one that you feel you're most compatible with, and then you pick that one to be with.
right, right,
And I
right.
never had that. I never had it too much. It was a handful of girls that made the cut, but no, it never was because I was afraid of rejection. Like I don't even know why she would even think that.
I think that she was probably one of those people that some people would talk to you, but they're projecting. They're pretty much projecting. They're saying
Yeah,
what they would do or feel. What they're really doing is saying, "This is how I feel," but I'm gonna put it on
mm,
you because I don't know any. I really don't have any other way to explain why you're doing what you're doing, but
right.
why they couldn't do it. I mean,
Mm,
people do that all the time. I mean,
yeah,
women do the same thing. I mean, they will be dating someone, and then they meet you, and you meet them, and you ask, how's your relationship? So wait, you don't get really, you don't get to that at first. You guys are talking, and then eventually find out later, way later down the road. Yeah, I was dating somebody at the same time I was seeing you, but I was trying to see if this guy was serious, and they were just playing the field. They were just weighing their options.
right.
But I look at it like I also kind of feel like when the guys do it, they feel like you're playing the field. But with women, they try to soften it up a little bit, to blow up, and try to say, oh, I'm just weighing my options. It wasn't really serious. And they try to, use like
Yeah.
softer baby terms and like, we were just friends. We were just seeing
Yeah.
where it was going, you know. And it's like, look, if you had options, but
Mm,
you don't want to feel like you looked at as a thought or a whole whatever, then it's cool.
right.
Unless you are those things, then that's just a whole different scenario. That's a whole different
Hmm.
situation. But
That's crazy.
the higher you go, man, I feel like yeah, you do have options. Now, just because you have options, that people get misconstrued with this also is that people stop right there. They feel like men have options and they stop right there. No, men have options, but that doesn't mean you have to act on those options, right? That doesn't mean that you have to exercise those options.
Mm,
And so that's all it means is that the higher status you go, the more money, the more fame, the more whatever, is that you have more options of more of a different pool of women.
yeah.
Just like I said, just because you have options doesn't mean that guys are taking those options.
Mm,
Now, of course, there's always the same guys that are always being talked about, which sucks for all the rest of the guys because that little small portion of guys are always being talked about all the time. So then it makes it then the narrative is these are how all guys are, and it's not true. Because if you notice, the Ray Rays and Pookies, how is it? How is it they have 4 and 5 baby mamas, right?
yeah.
They got 4 and 5 baby mamas, but the baby mamas are in the pretty much the environment and vicinity as that guy. So that means
Mm.
you got 4 baby mamas. All 4 of them live in a 20 mile or maybe 30 mile radius. So if one guy has 4 baby mamas, that means there's a bunch of other guys that have 4 baby mamas. And
Hmm.
sometimes the same guy got the same baby mama.
Wow.
So if a lot of the women are procreating with the same guys, right? The small pool of guys that they suck, right? That are having
Right.
all these women, right? This one pool of guys have
Right.
all these women. What happens to these guys right here? The average guys, the blue collar guys, the ones that's working for the family and working to, find a mate, whatever, right?
Right.
Why is it that these little bit of guys represent all these guys? That's not cool.
Mm.
But you have all these women, right? Because there's more women than guys. There's more women that have babies by multiple guys in this section. All these women are complaining they are no good guys. But all these women that have 4 or 5, that have the same baby daddy, they're having sex with the same guys. They're not looking outside of their area. They're not looking across the nation at other states for good guys. They keep messing with the same guys.
Mm.
So it's always been 90% of women are procreating with the same 10% of guys.
Okay.
Or 30, I would say 10%, that's the first one number. Maybe like 30, 30% of the guys.
Mm.
So of course, if you got options and you decide to use them, then you get labeled as a player or a dog
Right.
or
Yeah.
a piece of crap, or
Right.
as they want to say, like a deadbeat father
Or a sperm donor.
or a sperm donor.
Hmm. Yeah.
I mean, what your thoughts, bro? Because I feel like I've talked like like 10 minutes straight.
No, this is the topic. This is your topic, man. I was just listening, trying to get an idea of what exactly you were trying to say as far as with the men. What was the question again about the options?
Oh, what's it? Are men only as faithful as their options? I
Yeah.
mean, remember we were talking before. Look at Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Hmm.
Jay-Z got a whole lot of options. He ain't the
Yeah,
best
you
looking
do.
guy. He's not the best looking guy in the world, but
Yeah.
does he have options? Yeah,
Yeah, he's also married.
yeah. He's married. Yeah,
Yeah, he's married. And you say as faithful as your options.
yeah. As faithful as your
Uh,
options.
well, when you have a plethora of options, it's up to you to be faithful.
Yeah, it's completely up to you to be
So
faithful.
so the question is like I can't really understand the question. Are you as faithful as your options? If you have what you want, I mean, he obviously already cheated, but he knows he has options, but he chose the one he wants,
Right.
and he's faithful. I don't understand. Like that's what I was saying. I couldn't get an understanding of the question because it's like he has chose what he wanted, and he knows everybody has options. But
Right.
in this world we live in, it don't matter if you're married or not. People cheat all the time, and so are you faithful as your option? If you're married in society, you're supposed to be with that one person. You shouldn't have options.
Yeah.
So it's like okay, you are with somebody for a reason. You pick them because they're the best of the bunch.
No.
Now, as
No.
far as no, you
I
pick them. You
I
pick them
think
because that's what you
back
wanted.
in our grandmothers and great grandmothers days, they did that. But I don't think that applies nowadays. I think some yes, but some no.
So
Some
you
people
saying you saying so you saying that people just pick somebody just to deal with them, like this is the
yeah.
best they can do?
Sometimes yeah.
You
Sometimes
don't think
yeah.
that okay? Yeah, I mean, in some cases,
Sometimes I
yeah,
feel like yeah.
yeah. See, some people do pick it. It's just all they got. They just go for what is right in front of them. But I mean, options come up. Options can. I mean, yeah, options is what it is. Multiple different things you can do, or people you can be with. Uh,
It's like moving
that's
someone
why
with the
you don't.
over.
That's why you don't settle. That's why you don't settle. No, no. I'm not saying. I'm not saying it like don't settle, bro. But that,
Yeah.
that's why they
Yeah.
told me don't settle. Like a woman told me that. Women,
Yeah.
not just say woman. Women told me don't settle because, and these are coming from married women, with kids. They told me to take your time and go for yours because I feel like honestly, I feel like they just said that because they settled and they didn't like it. They don't like it. So I think
But
that's why they were
see,
telling me don't settle. But
that's the thing, man.
I
People use settle. I hate when people use the word settle because they always make it seem like uh, if you're settling, you're going for something that's beneath you. Like you're worth more, right?
yeah,
And it's like
yeah,
people should stop using the word settle in that way. People
that
like, oh,
confidence.
I got married. I'm gonna I'm going to I'm going to settle down, right?
Yeah,
But it's like,
yeah,
but then they'll turn around and say, well, I'm not going to just settle for anything. It's like
right.
no one asked you to settle for anything.
I say that because
But
people
just
tell me
be
to settle down.
realistic. Just be realistic.
Yeah, right.
That's what the whole thing is. I think a lot of stuff is about. Is like just be realistic. No one's saying you should settle for anything, but be realistic. Like seriously, be realistic.
Yeah,
If you know this person is out of your league,
yeah,
step it up to make yourself better so that you can get known. Maybe you have a chance. But you can't
yeah,
get mad if someone's out of your league because you have to think if you're up here, right? Even even the fives and sixes, right, of men and women are right here. There's
yeah.
always gonna be some two, threes, and fours, right?
No,
Are you gonna come down there so that they can all of a sudden get you, or are you gonna
bro.
require them to move up?
I'm gonna tell you, me personally, bro. I learned through this life. I used to go for those up there, like heavy. I would make myself be known,
Right.
but now it's like I'd rather just take a one that's right in the middle, balanced, because not too much out there with everybody that everybody got their eyes on her. I want people to look at my girl like, yeah, you got to keep her. Like I used to go out with nice girls and couples give me thumbs up all the time. Like that's
Right.
they give me the thumbs up and it just make you feel good. Like man, I got me a good one. I rather get I still like that, but I'd rather have her not too sexy, a little bit ugly in her. I like a little bit ugly in her because I need her to feel like, what I'm saying, she ain't above people. Like them ones up there,
Right.
I don't like those ones, but they gotta prove things to people. Somebody tell me they ugly, they want to strip off all their clothes and put on something sexy and show the world how sexy they can be just to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? Like I had
Right.
I had an ex like that. You couldn't tell her she was ugly for nothing. Like she had to prove people. I'm like, you with me? Don't worry about it. No, he said my face was ugly. I'm gonna change up, and she tried to prove to people, and it's like, okay, you got me to say you look good now. Now what? Now what? What are
Yeah.
you gonna do?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that's why I said I need somebody in the middle. I don't need the up there. I don't need all that, man. I need somebody half ugly, half and half for everything. And it sounds bad, but it's better.
it's,
It's
it's
better for
it's hilarious. All right, so look,
it's better for me, man.
ladies and gentlemen, leave in the comment section. Uh, and this is for men and women. This is not just a thing for men. But are you, what is it? Are you as only as faithful as your options, right?
Yeah.
Some people are, some people aren't. I mean, I don't know, but we want to hear from you all.
Yeah. Put it in
You
the
know,
comments,
if you
man.
have more options, do you see that people are more faithful or less faithful, or they have options but they choose not to use them?
Bro, they gonna kick your ass in the comment section for what you just said.
I hope they do. Good.
Because I'm trying to make sense of it. Like, I hope somebody comes to the table and just come with it. Like, come with it, man. Give me an understanding, because I still don't understand
I still
what that
I don't know how
actually is.
you don't understand. Okay, look.
You saying faithful. I ain't gonna go through the whole thing again because we didn't already waste enough time
All right.
going back and forth with that. But you can talk about that outside of this. But y'all do what y'all do best. And that's like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Man, hit that notification bell, man, so you can get these uploads. So you can see these faces.
Don't you want to see these
Okay.
faces?
Don't you
Don't you want to see
want to
this face
see
right here?
us?
It's a beautiful face right
Yeah.
here. Look at it. Look
This
at
guy.
it.
This guy. Yes. See us. Love us. Like us. Subscribe to us. We love you. We love you all. Everybody that supports. And you can go follow us at the TikTok. I made a new TikTok, man. Real Talk with G and Mark TikTok. Y'all can go on there and follow us on there too, man.
Yeah, I was in there too.
We're gonna be coming with some different things, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. We just getting started, man.
Sure.
Just getting started.
It's gonna be great.
Boogie Nice. Boogie Nice with the peace signs. Yeah. How you like
All right.
that?
All right, and we are out of here.
Peace.